Welcome to another episode of Smash Writing. I'm your host for today, Paul, and obviously Justin has day off. Today's episode is big time news because a lot is happening, and it's crazy because I got tons of notes and stuff, everything to talk about. I love taking notes and knowing what I can say, what I can't say, and everything like that. Today's topic is obviously the Johnny Depp situation. Now, this situation is kind of getting messy because this week Warner Brothers dropped Johnny Depp from the third Fantastic Beasts film, which actually just started filming. Now, he did do one scene for the movie before they dropped him. And the reason why they dropped him was, quite honestly, the ongoing situation with his now ex-wife, Amber Heard, who apparently they had a relationship that was just bad, a bad marriage. First, you got to go back to the beginning. Let's go back to where it all started. They met during the filming of their 2009 movie, The Rum Diary. They started dating, and like all of us, including myself, when you've been dating for a while, you want to take the next step, and they got married. They got married in February of 2015, a private wedding at their LA house. But right off the bat, at some point, their relationship was just doomed. And with that being said, their relationship was doomed because at some point they were, as they labeled it, they loved each other, but they were also violent towards each other, and it just got messy. So let's go towards now the wedding. There was restraining orders against Depp while he was physically married to her, Amber Heard, and everything like that. Now, they got the divorce in May of 2016. Of course, since some of their stuff was public, with the beating, the restraining order and everything like that, it got messy. It got messy in a hurry. But they went public, said, okay, it wasn't the best relationship. It was bad. Let's just move on. They got the divorce, and they got the divorce. They got divorced, and they settled. Johnny Depp gave her $7 million, part of the divorce processing and the abuse allegations. It got real messy. Then everything seemed to go away quietly. And I guess in 2018, Amber Heard was writing a post or did an interview, and her story was in the Washington Post, and she put a lot of their private stuff that we might have not known besides the restraining order out there. It does, she says she has evidence. The lawyers of Amber Heard says she has evidence, and that there is a lot of abuse. Johnny Depp did a lot of abuse. In another interview, The Sun, which is a tabloid in England, put out, I guess they interviewed Amber Heard as well, and in the article at some point, they outright labeled him as a wife beater. And that's a nasty thing to be labeled as, definitely if it's not true. Problem is, what's going on with Depp right now is we don't know. He put out there that Amber Heard was also abusive towards him. Okay, so now we got two cases of people saying, you hit me, and you're saying I hit you, whatever. And I think this is where the uproar is really getting at, is right now Johnny Depp is taking a hit. He was dropped from Disney's because they were going to reboot the Pirates of the Caribbean. Okay. And they were going to bring Depp back into the film series. To me, I was never a fan of that. When you reboot a series, I think we can all agree that when you reboot, it's a new story, new characters, more importantly, new actors. Because if you keep the actor in it playing the same character that he did through 5 films, I believe, you're not really rebooting it. You can call it a soft reboot, sure. I mean, we've seen some of those where they kind of whitewash, erase some things of the past and just start new with the character, so be it. But if Disney was legitimately, truly rebooting the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise, which we know the film series made them a lot of money, they ain't going to just let it keep sitting there. So they were probably going to bring it back in some shape or form. Well, they dropped him. Okay. Over in London, the trial and the hearings were going on because Johnny Depp sued The Sun, which is the tabloid that called him a wife beater after they talked with Amber Heard. The judge threw out the case. Gone. And they basically said there is enough evidence that Amber Heard presented to have The Sun basically outright say he's a wife beater or a woman abuser and everything like that. Still, we never seen anything that, even I believe it was like last year, that Johnny Depp himself has evidence and recordings of Amber Heard being the abusive one. All right. To be honest with you, I've come across a lot of actors and actresses' name. I never really heard of Amber Heard until literally this all happened. I watched Aquaman plenty of times to didn't even realize that's Amber Heard playing. So, after the case, the judge, Warner Brothers, basically went to Johnny Depp, and this is like kind of what I'm hearing, went to Johnny Depp and said, hey, look, there's too much drama going on. We're asking you to resign. Johnny said, okay, I'm going to resign. And, come to find out, like many actors and actors, they have a pay or play type of contract, basically, which means no matter if the movie gets done, no matter if the movie makes money, no matter if the movie even comes out, you still got to pay them. So Warner Brothers literally paid Johnny Depp $10+ million to do one scene, not going to make the film, and they're dropping him. So it looked very, very bad that 2 big studios said we're done with Depp because of this Amber Heard situation. Many have wondered, like, oh, his career is going to be over. It's not going to be the same. Or if he does, I think he's going to be all right. I do think all in time, we do need to hear more of the evidence. Right now, Depp he is suing Amber Heard for 50 plus, roughly 50 million. And they're having hearings in Virginia about this whole entire situation. So it's getting bad, despite that this actually comes down to the tabloid and timing of everything. And hear me out. They said, let's look back and go look where this actually ended. They reached Heard in August 2016. Heard dismissed the restraining order. The former couple issued a joint statement saying their relationship was intensely passionate and at times volatile, but always bound by love. Neither party has made false accusation for financial gain. There was never any intent of physical, emotional harm. Okay, so they both put out a statement and said there's never any physical harm. Now, who's lying? Is Depp lying? We don't know. Is Heard lying? We don't know. Now, in 2018, Aquaman came out, which was a big film for Heard. And of course, she was doing press runs. Now, August 2016 to 2018, it's 2 years now. Time has passed. People have moved on. Sure. And she's putting out statements. And it's like contradicting what was going on before. Knowing that there was a restraining order against Depp, you almost have to say there was probably some type of violence in their relationship. More than the normal couple arguments. But I do think we have to wait till we hear all the details. Because I think in the end, they were probably both abusive towards each other. Now, during this time and during the hearings against the son that just got thrown out, Depp did have to admit that he was taking drugs in the 2010 era. We all know, obviously if you're high and you're under the influence, you'll do stuff that may not be you may not remember, or anything like that. It's a tough situation. It really, really is. And for him to come clean and, it sucks. Now, Warner Brothers dropped Johnny Depp from Fantastic Beasts. Warner Brothers also has Amber Heard under contract, and people are starting petitions to boycott Warner Brothers, to get Amber Heard fired from Aquaman 2, get her dropped from Warner Brothers films, just like Warner Brothers did to Depp. We've been building a new society in the United States, in the world, that every person is the same. And that's something I believed for many, many years. I'm 31, and I grew up believing that man and woman are equal. No matter if you're black, white, Asian, Hispanic, we're all equal. And this is the Me Too movement stepped up and wanted women to have full rights and equal pay and everything like that, and it worked, and it was such a good movement. But the goal was to have everybody equal. So here we are, Depp and Heard are one. Even though Johnny had a longer career, a more established career, doesn't matter. They're two people. And when you got those two people, they are now equal. You can't punish the one because nothing has actually happened. There are no charges. Mind you, this is more about, opening your mouth type. This is not, Johnny Depp is not going to jail. He's just going to, if they throw out his case and says, no, there's evidence that you did abuse her, and I do think maybe there is. But I also think she might be behind it too. She might be an abuser as well as he, and two wrongs don't make a right. That's something that we have to look here. Warner Brothers dropped Johnny Depp because they don't want to deal with the publicity. Well, it's still going to backfire in your face, because now you have people that are saying, we're going to boycott your film. We're starting all these online petitions. And we don't want Amber Heard to be in any of your movies too, because same reason why you drop Depp, you should honestly drop her too. This is drama that is just not one person. It's both. And she had every right to say what she had to say. Question is it true or not? Warner Brothers doesn't know that. We don't know that. The only two people who know the truth is Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. But these big studios want to try to please everybody, and now it's still kind of backfiring. It's mostly at Warner Brothers. The Disney situation, yeah, they probably don't want to be involved with it, but they're not employing Amber Heard, at least not from my research. And two, their reboot thing with bringing Depp back doesn't make any sense to me. So I never seen the point of rebooting a film series and bringing back the character or the actor to play the character, unless you're going to have him do cameo roles. So now people are just wanting to boycott Warner Brothers. My opinion on that is they do have the right to decide who stay. Warner Brothers has the right to decide on who they're going to pay, who stays, who does their films. But they don't have the right to fire one and not the other until everything is proven. Now, I don't want to sound like a person that's going to be like, well, you're for Johnny Depp. Maybe you beat your women or something like nothing like that. I just think that you need evidence, or he needs to go to jail for you to fire him. If you're only going by what he said, she said, then Amber Heard and that theory is just as guilty as Johnny Depp until something is physically proven or somebody goes to jail for these acts. You can't punish one and not punish the other. And this is where a lot of fans are getting, where the boycott's coming from. I don't think they're truly supporting Depp. I think they're supporting the fact that you're punishing one and not the other, and there's nothing to really go by except he said, she said, until we see, if there was a video of Amber Heard coming out of their house from the time they were married or the time they were dating, and she had black eyes, then you can go, that's pretty hardcore evidence right there, that her and Johnny went for a walk, they went inside, and then they come out, she has black eyes. That is, wow. Like, come on now, really? That is definitely something going on there. But we don't have any of that right now. We only have a restraining order, or PFA, which, that's a tricky thing to talk about, and I really don't want to talk about that, because I don't know enough details to even tell you about how restraining order works. I've seen people, you can put a restraining order on anybody if you feel like they're going to threaten your life. And if there is evidence that suggests that, they're going to grant you that. But it's still, we still don't have the physical proof. I can put a PFA on one of my fans who I never seen in my life before, if I feel like they are truly threatening my life. And I can go, well, one of the comments said they were going to hurt me. So it doesn't mean he actually did. It's just mean there's enough to might. And like I said, I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a law expert. I could be wrong. I just only do my basic stuff. So what's going to happen? Is Johnny Depp's career over? Me and Justin was talking about this, because we're friends, we're just not co-hosts and co-writers and stuff. And he said, and as I believe him, Johnny Depp's career is not over. He's probably, it's going to be dormant for a couple of years, sure, because nobody wants to really get touched upon this drama, but he's going to be okay. And if his career is over, he made a lot of money to live financially. But look at some of the actors and actors that were druggies, Robert Downey Jr., his career had a second coming that saved him, and everything like that. Now, let me make one thing perfectly. I am not on either side of this case. I just want to know the truth, and I don't think one should be punished and not the other, because right now it's just he said, she said. Amber Heard, I never really heard anything bad about her. In fact, the $7 million that she got from the settlement with Depp, she donated to charity. So I don't think she's a bad person. Love will make you do and say crazy things. But right now, the issue with Warner Brothers is that they're dropping one and not doing the other, and that's going to cause a lot of problems. So I am kind of curious to see where more of this goes. Um, yeah, I mean, if it gets worse, if there is more evidence, then obviously we are going to talk about it because it's going to be breaking news. But until then, guys, have a good one.